style is face cracking. His favorite finishing move is his knockout, and he has some very heavy, powerful hands, Heather.
Also been known as the Irish Assassin, as some people might know him tonight.
Fighting out of Team Quest in Portland, Oregon on their pro team. He has a record of 13 wins and only 7 losses. A lot of fights.
He likes a good knockout as the finishing move, and he follows people like Chael Sonnen, and definitely a prominent guy in the fight scene. He's a ringside ticket lightweight champ. Definitely exciting to have him in the house tonight as our main event pro fight.
Step to the cage, Lance Wipf.
And cue the music for Lance Wipf. He has a professional mixed martial arts record of 6 wins, 2 losses. He is 24 years old. He stands 5'9" tall. You know, this kid's fought everywhere. Palace Fighting Championships, Pure Combat, Sport Fight, No Limit Fighting, the EFWC Elite Warriors Champions, Gladiator Challenge, wow, Rise Fighting Championships, Ken Shamrock production, right here in Central Oregon, Heather, before at the Desert Brawl, Oregon versus Texas card. Pacific Coast cage fights, Emerald City's cage fight. He's been all around. He's fought in a lot of shows. Very prominent here in the Northwest.
Very impressive history he has that he's bringing to the cage tonight.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, your main event tonight being brought to you by Max Muscle. When are you going to stop putting off feeling good? Thank you, Max Muscle, for being our main event sponsor of the night. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. This fighter's record, his pro record stands at 8 wins and 2 losses. Fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Representing Shock MMA, this is Lance Wipf!
Lance Wipf at 8-2.
And his opponent fighting out of the blue corner. This fighter's record stands at 13 wins and 7 losses. Fighting out of Portland, Oregon, representing Team Quest. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Diamond Ryan Healy.
You know, Heather, Healy looks a lot bigger than Wipf, just by the naked eye. You know, he looks a couple inches taller, probably 3-4 inches taller there in the face-off he looked, but he appears to be about 20 pounds heavier than Lance. A big 155.
Absolutely.
Oh, Wipf comes hard with the straight right that lands on Healy, shoots in that single leg. Healy's defending well. Wipf takes the back. Ryan Healy fighting the hands. Big slam by Wipf.
Nicely
Wipf is
done.
on the back of Ryan Healy already. Ryan Healy standing up. Wipf getting a little bit out of position there on the left side of Diamond Ryan. Ryan Healy fighting those hands right now, trying to dig out that leg of Wipf. Wipf holding on tight. Ryan Healy landing a little bit of leather there to the hand. And let me tell you, folks, those are hard shots. Setting up, landing a couple shots, putting Wipf on the cage. Ryan Healy now digs double underhooks. Wipf coming over the top. Ryan Healy going to work. Wipf gets off the cage, tries to reverse position. Ryan Healy says, no, thank you. I'm not going to put my back to the cage, and takes Wipf down over in Ryan Healy's corner. Wipf has closed guard, crawled up high. Ryan trying to posture up. Wipf doing very good hand control to try and nullify that left hand of Healy. Healy postures up. Lands a couple shots straight down. Those landed. Heather, I could hear those from here.
Definitely dominant fight coming tonight from Ryan Healy.
Ryan Healy still working, trying to get a little bit of those elbows in. Ryan Healy wearing the Live to Fight gloves. Like I said before, Heather, those suckers hit hard. I've seen those babies. Seen a lot of those guys in the practice room wearing those. They're tough, tough gloves. One of Ryan Healy's sponsors. Ryan Healy landing a little bit more leather from top position here. Lance Wipf doing a good job nullifying the damage, but not doing a whole lot off the bottom. He's not really trying to get out. He's not really trying to reverse. He's just maintaining here. This fight is 3 5-minute rounds. Comes back down, tries to control the posture. Referee Dave Hagan says first call for action. Second call for action from referee Dave Hagan. Ryan Healy steps up. He's landing a little bit of those. Lance is doing a good job, though, keeping out of trouble.
Lance isn't looking too bad on his back. It's just not the best position for him.
Oh, up kick. Lands. Ryan Healy only has 2 points of contact on the ground, so that was legal there. You know, these aren't big, heavy shots that he's landing, Heather. But again, these Live to Fight gloves have very little padding on the knuckles. So when even those little hits there that you're seeing, when those land, they do good damage.
Yeah, Lance needs to do something to get out of this position. It's not too good for him, especially getting those hits from Ryan Healy with those LTF gloves. They're making contact.
You know, again, Lance, here on the bottom, trying to nullify the damage. That's it. Getting a little bit of space. You could tell he was thinking about rolling out of that, but not quite. Healy came back down, stuffed that space, and puts him right back up against that cage. His head is right in the corner. There's nowhere for him to really go. He's in a very bad position right now, but he's not taking a lot of damage, but Ryan Healy's still winning the round. Really postures him up, Lance does. Ryan Healy comes back, lands a little bit more leather.
Ryan looks like he's got one heck of a reach, and he's definitely utilizing it in that position. Oh, it looks like there was a hit made from Lance. Not enough to get him off of him, though. He's got to do something.
Ten-second clicker goes off for the end of round one. Healy's trying to posture up, land a little bit more leather. Couple kicks and ends it with a right hand down the middle for the end of round one.
I'm thinking Lance is pretty happy to be off the ground at this point. He better come out with something better for the next round.
He is, you know, you can never tell. Some of these guys might have the strategy of come out. Let's let Healy burn himself out trying to punch on me on the ground. You never know. He did not try a whole lot of attempts to get off the bottom. His main game plan was to nullify the damage, not take a beating, make Ryan Healy work for the shots that he was getting, and he did very good doing that. But in doing that, he also dropped the first round in a 3-round fight.
You know, surprisingly enough, both guys look in shape and look just fine after this first round. You got Eric Casanova of Team Quest cornering Ryan Healy here tonight. Some good guys in these fighters' corners.
And they are ready to go round two. Here we go, folks. Ryan Healy looking very intense. Lance Wipf comes out.
Ryan definitely looking more tired of the two, though.
You know, he still came out aggressive, though. Went to put Lance's back on the cage. Lance comes forward, gets a takedown. Jumps on Ryan Healy's back, is going for the rear naked choke.
Wow.
He has it locked up, Heather.
Such a change of events
Healy
here.
is fighting that choke. Oh, and gets out of it. Lance
Impressive.
moves into the swamp there in half. Lance is on top here, landing a little bit of damage.
Definitely thought about changing his game plan on this round, and it looks to be benefiting him. He is dominant at this point.
You know, confidence is a dangerous thing, and it looks like Lance got a little bit of a confidence boost there.
Absolutely.
When he scooped under Healy, picked him up, slammed him down, and Ryan Healy went straight to his back to try and get out of it. Lance Wipf jumped on, almost got the choke. It looked almost locked up. Ryan now doing a good job getting to the fence. Looks like he's starting to posture up on the fence. Maybe he might start crawling up it. Lance goes and takes the back. Again, a bad spot for Ryan Healy.
I don't know. Ryan looks so much bigger and just stands up like it's not an issue.
He definitely looks a lot bigger than Lance. Lance is having a hard time in spots like this right here where he's trying to muscle him down.
Not having any luck.
He's not winning the muscle wars here. Healy turns into him, gets almost a little bit of a reverse, sprawls out of a single leg. Lance is now on the fence.
This is very much a back and forth fight, and you know, Lance really does look the smaller of the two, but he's holding his own.
Lance goes, straightens up on Ryan Healy. Ryan Healy looks like he's just waiting for Lance to get up there to feed him a knee. I think Lance recognizes this and isn't quite comfortable yet with coming up to his feet. Now he has a body lock, now he's going to stand up. Ryan Healy steps in, gets the takedown into open guard of Lance Wipf. Starting to land a little bit of leather, starting to posture up, trying to get the big shots in, but Lance is doing very good again here of nullifying the damage. He's tying up the hands very well.
Lance does seem quite comfortable on his back. Even though it's not the preferred position, he's definitely holding his own, trying to prevent too much damage from happening to him. Unfortunately, though, Ryan definitely maintains the dominant position with his height, his reach, possibly his weight. This has definitely, in some aspects, been a muscle match, and Ryan still seems to be dominating it.
You know, a lot of cliff notes on this kid. Justin Searcy, a local kid from the Portland area, says he's trained with Lance Wipf, and he is a very strong, tough kid. And we're seeing that here. You know, he doesn't mind getting hit. He's very smart. He likes to nullify the damage. He likes to take advantage of the positions that he can get himself in. And, you know, Dave Hagen's calling for first round action. He wants to see a little bit more action. Lance Wipf might like to see that stand-up break.
You know, a lot of these positions can be very tiring on a fighter, and their cardio is looking good, both of them.
Lance Wipf landing a shot off his back. A pretty decent shot to Ryan, but Ryan Healy is known for the damage he can take right to his jaw and keep coming. He's taking quite a few shots in the mouth, Heather.
And yet he keeps coming back. It's super impressive. A lot of people can't do that, Trent.
Lance Wipf postures Ryan Healy up, puts him to the side, gets an opportunity to stand up, has the underhook on the right-hand side of Healy this time. Goes for a leg trip. Ryan Healy has him against the fence, though. Wipf reverses position, puts Healy there. He's digging for that single leg, gets his leg back behind for a trap. Oh, takes down, but gets taken down. Ryan Healy pops straight into half guard. but still landing shots from the bottom. End of round 2, Heather.
This has been such a power struggle on so many levels for these two fighters. It's definitely a fairly well-matched fight.
Very well matched. These are two very, very tough professional fighters.
The crowd is just loving the struggle between the two of them. And still, after second round, both of them are looking still ready to go, wanting to finish this fight. You know, like I said, it's a very well-matched fight, and someone's going to be taking home the win.
You know, Heather, I'm watching the replay monitor here. Lance Wipf got to the side of Ryan Healy. He had position. He lifted. He elevated. He turned everything textbook. Ryan Healy just did a very, very good job. Jumped almost a full mount, got half, and finished out that round. Doesn't look good for Lance. Lance, I'm sure, probably lost that round, so we're probably looking at 2-0. He has to find a way to finish Ryan in this round. Comes with a quick left uppercut. Straight right. Ryan Healy brings his own heat down the middle.
Lance just wants to seem to lock up with him. He doesn't want to be in striking zone at all.
Lance gets a takedown. Jumps to half. Has that head down, which is not a good spot for Ryan Healy. That's Wipf starting to land a couple little minor elbows there, but those are the kind of things that might open up. Now he's landing some big elbows. Ryan Healy starts to move.
Lance got in some good shots there.
Ryan Healy trying to get some space with his legs. Wipf is having none of it. Crowds him back up against the fence. They're in a neutral corner now, right in between the red corner and the blue corner. No advantage corner-wise to either fighter.
The fans are just loving the exchange between these two. You know, 1 minute it's Ryan, the next minute it's Lance. It's completely unpredictable at this point. Despite Ryan winning the first 2 rounds, it's still anyone's game.
Lance gets a little bit of posture. Ryan heads in, trying to get his position back, trying to get his butt to the fence to where he can start walking up that fence. Lance Wipf flattens him back out. Referee David Sebson says, I don't mind you grabbing him, but let's let go of the pants. Lance Wipf lands a couple more shots to Ryan Healy's head. Takes his back again, sinks in his hooks. This is not a good spot for Ryan Healy, Heather.
Not at all. Lance really likes to take the back, and Ryan's been letting him, so we'll see what happens.
You know, Ryan's doing very good, though, defending against the rear naked choke. He has Lance's hand tied up, back down to the ground, and, you know, it looks like he's starting to shake Lance off to the side. We might have a reverse here. He is. He's starting to posture out, flatten out. If Lance doesn't get his hips back up, Ryan Healy's going to reverse his possession.
Ryan's very defensive, ground or standing up. He does quite well, and especially against Lance.
And here we go. Ryan Healy did just that. He shook him to the side. He crawled over. He has top position. Now it's Lance on his back. This is not a good spot for Lance, Heather. He has to finish this fight. He's lost the first 2 rounds. He's got to do something here. He's got to get a cut. He's got to get a sub. He's got to stand up and get a knockout. He has to be active here and get moving.
Definitely. He's got to start doing some damage, Trent.
You know, he's landing shots, but they're just not what he needs right now. He needs to get out from where he's at. He's being very defensive, but not very offensive at all. His posture's more towards nullifying the damage instead of doing damage and catching the sub. He starts to stand up here on the wall. Ryan Healy doing very good, keeping him into the fence. Sticking with a leg, a single leg. Looks like he has almost a high crotch on a single leg. Puts him on the fence, dips him down. Lance Wipf comes up, and Lance is digging that arm out, that right arm of Ryan Healy. Starting to land some hammerfish shots to the head. And the round is starting to wind down here. Heather, Lance's opportunity to finish this fight is really starting, that window of opportunity is really starting to close.
Absolutely. He better continue taking some shots to him and doing some damage, something.
He's really trying to dig that right arm out of Ryan Healy. Ryan Healy, very, very strong, doing exactly everything that he should be doing at this point. He's putting Lance into the fence. He's being semi-defensive, just keeping on his, keeping it on Lance's hips. Lance goes, almost gets that out, and starts to take Ryan's back again. Can he finish this fight with the time that's left? 10-second clickers down. He's got to do something here, Heather. He's got to do something. Is he going to get it? He's digging for it hard. Time. Third round comes to a close.
Lance has been taking the backs a lot of Ryan Healy, but just nothing that is able to seal the deal for him.
Ryan Healy, very defensive with Lance on his back. Very, very textbook, exactly what he should do. He was defending the hands, not letting Lance get his arms around for any kind of choke, keeping an absolute clear channel in front of him. Lance just had a very, very tough fight against a very, very seasoned Ryan Healy. It's tough. Let's get the official decision from the judges here. They are collecting the scorecards.
We're doing it right here at the after party at Midtown.
And let's go down for our official announcement. Heather, one of these fighters are going to lose, but I'll tell you what, all the fans won on this one. It was a very good fight.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, all three judges saw the fight 29-28 for a unanimous decision. Your winner, representing Team Quest out of Portland, Oregon, Diamond Ryan Healy.
Ryan Healy gets the nod. 2-1 over Lance Wipf.
He earned it, Trent. He really did. He was very defensive against takedowns, having Lance on his back, standing up with him. There was nothing that Lance could do to dominate the fight in any way that would have affected it.
All right, first of all, congratulations.
Yeah, I came out here, tried to fight my fight, get in his face, stay on top, grind him out.
Looks like he was trying to get your back quite a bit through that fight.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at standing up with defending people taking my back, so it's nothing I haven't seen before.
Who you want to thank tonight?
My boys at Team Quest, Dirty Boxer for hooking me up, and everybody who supports me, my lady.
Ryan, what are we going to see next from you?
Just keep fighting, keep grinding, try to get in on Big Show, make some money.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Diamond Ryan Healy. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, do not forget the next Budo Fights. Budo Fights 3, January 8th, featuring a championship title matchup. For more information, always remember BudoFights.com. Special thanks to Smart Shopper. Our guest commentator, Trent Standing, thank you. And special thanks to Northwest Fight Scene Magazine. Also, thank you, John Guns Gunderson. We wish you the best of luck in your matchup coming up on Spike TV in the UFC. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we invite you to stick around for the after party, and we thank you for being here. Have a great night.
All right, everyone, thanks for listening. This was Budo Fights Evolution, August 21st, 2010. I'm Trent Standing, sitting here with Heather Deanna Standing. Wonderful night of fights tonight. Thanks for tuning in. Go to budofights.com.
Check out the next show, January 8th, right here at Midtown.
Until then, thanks for tuning in. Everyone have a safe and good night.